You open it, does that orange just like slap your face? I mean, it's okay when it's fully opened, you know what I'm saying? But when it's like that, and you can see this and the orange, I'm just beginning to wonder if it's not so much the color, it's the pattern, you know, because I've got a lot of wavy, swirly here, and then I've got all this floral stuff going on inside. Does it bother you? Is it starting to bother me? I'm not sure. I don't want to lose my coral, but I'm thinking if I can just dumb it down a little bit, maybe with a blue tinted transparent glaze where it's not so, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's wonderful, she says. Well, thank you. Okay, so it doesn't strike you like that. All right. Cool, then we'll just continue. Still gonna do the blue glaze, but I'm gonna do it lighter now that you've said that, because maybe it's just me, you know. But I was looking at it yesterday, and it's just from certain angles that I'm just offended. It just, I don't know. Undressed and fresh, or undressed something. Felicia, thank you for joining. All right, you guys, let's get started on this Lavender Ocean. And again, if you have any questions or comments, post them. If I miss you, please DM me. I'm not trying to ignore anybody, just trying to get my painting done and at the same time help other people get excited, inspired, and desire to paint. Bad. Very bad. All right, so enough for that. I'll just let it sit there and soak up the rest of it. But hey, it's looking pretty good. So yeah, I think it's gonna work. I'm doing good, Randall. How are you? Did you take your 3-hour drive or whatever it is? Hey, Daisy. Welcome. We're working on this treasure box. So I have this spackling right here that when we're doing the paint party, you'll want to go get some spackling compound. This says it's just regular, but there is a lightweight spackling compound, or light. I like that super, that ultra light. That is what I've found works best for the boxes. So when we're doing our paint party and we're doing our boxes, if you get the spackling and you're going to add that dimension, get a light or an ultra light. But if you can't find it and you just get this, that'll work too. It's just not as easy to work with, I think. So there's that. You'll also want to get some unicorn spit or some just acrylic paints of any brand, whatever you find. Or if you have both, you can use both. I'll probably just go back and forth between both of that, acrylics and unicorn spit. Yep, on the job. Well, very good. Well, thank you, Undress. Gosh, I appreciate that. All right, so you've got that, and then you're going to get a box. Any unfinished box that you find at Hobby Lobby, or I guess Walmart may have cigar boxes that are wood. That would be cool because it'd be a nice big surface. I will be showing you what kind of an idea of what we're going to be doing soon in the next couple of videos or lives that I do. So you'll get an idea of what you're going to be painting. But basically it's a seascape with a lighthouse, and it's for beginners. We'll go step by step, and it's also for people that just want to paint a treasure box for somebody. So I hope you join me. Thank you so much. I appreciate the likes and everything, guys. All right, so my issue was the orange is too orange because of this. Some say no. I'm gonna go ahead and put some liquid glass and some blue in together. And this is the liquid glass. If you can pick it up too for our live paint party, it would be a cool thing to get. But I've got a video that has all the things that you kind of need, and then these are like the extra things that, like for the finishing and stuff. But we're going to be working on that box for a little while, I think, together. So, but I've got it blocked out for like 2 hours for that first day of the paint party. Some of you will be able to finish it on, good grief, I can't get this off. Finish it that day, probably. I will not. Got it. Dang. Well, I've got my workout for the day. Yeah, you can see how my schedule is exercising. That was it. All right. Yay. So it was rainy and now it looks all beautiful. Well, cloudy, but beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Aw, you guys. You're showing me the love today. I appreciate it so much. Yay. All right, so here we go with the blue. I want a little bit of the dark blue, and we're using the jasmine scented gel stain unicorn spit. Amazing, amazing product. And that might be a pretty color as well. However, I'm beginning to think that alcohol inks in this might be kind of cool to do what I'm trying to do, which is mute that bright coral. So let me see what I've got. I think I'm going to try muting it with purples, like not really dark purple, but kind of a, what's it called? Iris. Let's just see what happens with the alcohol ink in a liquid glass. We're going to experiment. I love experimenting. Okay, well, what happened, I can see little flakes of something, and that's okay. They're starting to dissipate a little bit. You can see it. It's just so lightly tinted, just hardly tinted at all. So that's probably good. Let's see what happens. I'm scared. All right, so yeah, I did a little bit more last night, as you can see. So the most part is right here. I'm just going to go over this part right here with this lightly tinted orchid iris. I think I like it better already. Isn't it fun? You're just like, hey, let's try this. You see? I'm so excited about the paint party. I'm excited. I hope that other people that have never painted will show up and go for it. It would be so cool. Okay, I liked what happened with the liquid glass and the light tint. That was cool. I'm not gonna do this edge part right there because I don't want it gummy and sticky when you close the box. So we'll have to resin or spray, whichever, and then spray that so it's sealed and then it won't be sticky. So I guess there's so much, you know, extra stuff when you're painting, like when you're trying to finish the box, because you could paint the box, but then to go ahead and finish it, you're going to need either liquid glass or resin or some sort of spray, whether you want a matte finish or a gloss finish. You can see that really easy in the store, even Walmart. Let's see. So this is a spray that you can find at Walmart. It's very good. I get lots of extra bottles of that. And it's a gloss. This is a final fixative as well, but it is, oh, it's also a gloss. I did not know that. I thought that was a matte. And here's a matte finish. And sometimes that matte is really nice, like on florals, when you have a really matted finish. It's very elegant, I think, very romantic looking. It's very pretty. And then just block it out and come paint. We're having a paint party, a paint and sip party. So I am, full disclosure, a recovered alcoholic, recovering, however you want to put it. I want to call it free. And I have been free from that dragon of addiction on alcohol for 14 years. And I have a beautiful husband who has been my partner through slaying that dragon for 14 years. So when I say a paint and sip party, I'll probably end up with something like this root beer, but that's okay. Don't you like the cup thing? It says, easily distracted by shiny objects. And then, of course, mine is just basically easily distracted. But anyway, you can bring whatever you want to bring to the paint and sip party. Just be there. Aw, Matt is also good as a person. Wish I changed my name to Matt. It makes it easier to say. Okay, Matt. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is so awesome. You're a rock star. Thanks, Shannon. You are also a rock star. Okay, guys, so here is what it looks like with the liquid glass and a thin film mixed in of the alcohol ink. And for some reason, I am much more satisfied with that. So I don't know if I want to continue it on to this little guy. But I think I do. So let's do that. Did I just put that? Okay. I thought I just put that in a bunch of paint. Okay. Oh my gosh, I've stopped smoking for the same length of time. Dang, congratulations, Matt. Thanks, Shannon. Thank you, Randall. Oh man, congratulations on that no smoking. I kid you not, that is the worst thing to quit. As a matter of fact, I am smoking, but I had quit before for years. My husband quit, and now I've got to quit again. But you know what? I'm slaying one dragon at a time right now. So the big one was the tequila. I had to go. So that's gone. But for right now, I'm happy with my smokes. But thank God you made it. That is a beautiful victory. Congratulations. Okay, let's mix up some more liquid glass. Ooh, I just love this class today. Painting and just sharing how people are getting free from stuff. That's just right up my alley, both of those. So I just got such a heart for people that are in any sort of bondage like that. And you know, painting, seriously, my sister in Kentucky, she gave me a shirt that says, I paint. And then it says something about it's art therapy and cheaper than therapy or something like that. More fun and cheaper than therapy. Anyway, I love that because it really is true. And you know, when you give up something, and I don't care if it's smoking, drinking, a person, whatever it is, you need to fill, at least in my life, you need to fill that void with something else, preferably something better, more encouraging, more uplifting. And that's what painting is, you know, for me. It's a release, it's a focus, it's therapy, and it's just such a joy, you know. And even if you don't paint or know how or anything like that, it doesn't matter, because you can just grab colors and throw them on a canvas and smear it with your hand. It doesn't matter. Just get into it and you will love how that feels inside. I promise you. I promise you. Okay, back to the iris. Positive, indeed. Thanks for all the likes, y'all. You know, everyone struggles with something. None of us get in this life and get out without pain. You know? And I think it's always beautiful when you can add something positive to your life. Not only yours, but to others, because, you know, you're being watched, whether you know it or not. You're being watched by someone. Someone's looking up to you, you know? And it's a good thing to get into something that you absolutely love, and that way you're in a position to help someone else when they need it, you know? And you can help them in their journey. It was a joke. My real name's Sierra, and she was talking about matte finish. Oh, I thought your name was Matt too. I'm so confused. And that's without tequila. I think. That's funny. But for right now, this is where he stays. And let's put the two together and see what we've got. But I'm going to rinse this brush out because we know we don't leave our brushes in water after we use liquid glass or gel, because they will so gunk up. I really like that thin, transparent color over the coral. It just worked for me now. It might be psychological. Either way, it counts. So it matters how you feel when you look at something, right? And that's what art's about, is making people feel something. So there's the box so far. Thank you, Sierra, and thank you, Shannon. And the outside, obviously. So let's go ahead and add a little bit more detail on our seahorse. Not a lot. I think the inside of the box is pretty much done, except I want sand and shells for reels down here, real ones. So it's going to be under the resin. Makes me want to go deep sea diving. Sarah, I would love to try that one of these days. I've never done that. I'm afraid. I think I'd rather do it in a lake. I don't want something that can eat me. So, but yeah, I want to go under the sea and see things. So, if you get a chance to do an Amazon order guide, okay, bye Randall. Thanks for popping in. Sarah and Shannon, you guys are awesome. All right, so if you get a chance, these little nail design art pins are fabulous. You can get them on Amazon, and maybe you can see it like this better. See how tiny that is? And this one's like the extra long, so it can do the spirals and swirls and stuff like that. And then this one is the shorter, so it's not so hard to control. And they have a whole set of them for something like $12 or $14, and they're perfect for treasure box painting because they're very tiny and you can get into those little details. So this is a good thing. They're fun, they're pretty, makes you feel happy to paint with them. So take care. Thanks for the likes, y'all. So I would recommend that if you get into the treasure box painting and you really like what you're seeing and you know you want to continue it. So I'm just dabbing a little bit of white right there to see if I can get something that says eyeball. And touch his nose, add to his belly, and then up here where there might be a fin or some little, I know it's not hair. What is it that the seahorses have up there? I don't know. And if we put this under resin, it's all going to get a little darker. So try to keep that in mind when you are designing your piece, that it should be very light. If it's supposed to be a highlight on a drawing, it needs to be very light if it's going to be under resin. That's just what I've found. My resin is thick though. It's not just like thinly coated. It's usually like 1/8 of an inch at least. So, bye. Thanks for all the likes, you guys. Okay, so that white worked enough, but want to add a little bit of sparkle green. Let's play with some alcohol ink on it, and I want to add it to some gel so it will stand up a little bit. We're going to get a little bit more dimension. Gel, or yeah, let's do gel and not the liquid glass. So this is what we're using. It's also a good thing to purchase if you're going to continue to do work on boxes. It can give you a layer of texture and lift your piece, like the seahorse that we're working on, up a little bit so it's featured. You can add dry pigments to it. You can use it just plain and it'll dry clear. Or you can add any of your liquid dyes and acrylics and such to it. So it's a great product. Here's some silver. Did not shake it, so let me try that again. If you don't shake it, you can see the sediment, and that's not going to work. You'll just get that, whatever that is. I guess it's the alcohol. Okay, there it is. Now it's ready. Alright, so there is green and silver and our gel, and I'm just mixing it together, and it looks really pukey ugly right now. And it still might when I go to put it on, but we don't know until we try. So I added a little bit of unicorn spit to it, of the white. And now we just want to do his little face and see if I can get it any more defined. By highs and lows again. Remember when we started, we just put the highlights and the lowlights. So we're doing it again. It's all about layering. I'll show you as soon as I can what I'm doing. Okay, so I've mixed up this poopy looking green, and then I put it on his little belly and up on his head and nose. I want to do a little bit around where it wraps around, and when you think about your highlights, just think if there was a bright light coming down from a certain direction, obviously it's going to be this way because you can see his belly's all highlighted in his front of his face. So with the light coming this way, where would it hit that tail? And that's where you put your lights. So it would be right on the outside of that tail. Let's just go ahead and do that. Something like that. I can blend that in a little bit better, I think. That's funny. The tip I have today is when you're working very small little designs like that little guy, you want to work gradually because it's very small area. If it's wet, it's hard to control. So just dab a little bit and then go play in a different area, either inside or on the other side. Let that dry, or use a little bit of a heat gun on low setting if you can't wait. So I've done that too. But let it dry so when you go back to it again, you're not mushing into other paints. It's much easier to work on the small details like that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let that dry for a little while. And let's go ahead and put our mask on the edges, and then we can start doing the liquid glass around on the orchid outside box. Welcome. Thanks for the likes, Aaron. So I just don't want to wear gloves anymore. It's so hot. So I'll just set these aside and use them again. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sion. Okay, here we go. Liquid glass. No. Incredible liquid mask, liquid frisket. Liquid frisket. It says to stir and not shake. But every time I've stirred it, I have never felt any difference at the bottom. It's all just liquid straight all the way down. You know how you can feel it's thicker at the bottom or something like that, like it's sediment? But it hasn't done that, so. But I'm doing what they told me to do. No variation there. All right, and now I'm gonna pour it into this a little bit. It doesn't take very much. And I did notice when you're doing your frisket on your wood boxes, if you'll go ahead and do a coat on the edges, and that's gonna seal and protect it, then you're gonna do another coat on top of that. When you go to peel that up, it comes up so much better, because that first coat, it does get down into those little nooks and crannies, you know? So when you're peeling it up, it's hard and it starts to break into those. But if you'll do the second layer right fast, it'll give it enough, and it's really elastic. It'll peel right off. So there's that. Okay. And then let me just do one at a time so I don't mess up too badly. And then you just lay it on a brush and go right around. Oh wow, look. Sunshine. Hold on. I got by paint stain. Okay, let's try that again. So you just dip your little brush in there and just, it's really liquid, and I don't really want it to run down on the outside of the box because it can take away the unicorn spit right now. It would mess with the design of it. So try to be really careful when you're going down the edges of your box. But I don't remember it. So does anybody have any questions about what's coming up on the paint party, what you need? Go to my profile page and look down and look at the paint party thing. It gives you all of what you're going to absolutely need and a couple suggestions of what you might want. But on that there, I did not put liquid glass, so you might want to pick that up. And Amazon sells it. if you do Amazon. I definitely would love to start painting again because it's therapy. You got that right, Sea of Rainbow. That is absolute truth to me. Well, I hope you can come in, and we're going to just be painting boxes. And it's going to be an ocean seascape with lighthouse on the top of the box. And we'll be using spackling to give us dimension. But you don't have to. You can just paint the lighthouse instead. What I like to do is I like to make the box and then put the spackling on where the rocks are, like a cliff and some sand, and then on that cliff the lighthouse and spackling as well. And then when you go to paint it, it's just amazing what happens and how it looks so three-dimensional. And then we either spray it or seal it with resin. And I really like resin. Some people would probably not want to do that, and that's fine. They can always seal it with their spray and then liquid glass if they want it really shiny. Okay, I'm putting this on slow and really thick, so I don't think I'm going to have to go around this again. Just hitting some spots that maybe. Alright, so that's what it looks like when it's all got the stuff on it. And it's white right now, but it'll dry clear. And you'll know it's still there because it's shiny. And we didn't put any shine on the edges, so that's just a reminder. If your edges are shiny, take the mask off. Alright, so let's do this one. Correct. Thanks, Shannon. Such a good moderator. Ciaran, thank you for the likes. I appreciate that, you guys. Y'all are the best art tribe ever. I can't wait. I can't wait for the paint party. I hope a lot of people do it. And then, you know, at the end, I would love to be able for you guys to send me your pictures somehow. We'll work that out. I don't know how, but your pictures of your project, whether it's done or in the middle, it doesn't matter. And that way I can share not only what I got painted at that paint party, but what everybody else did too. And of course you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But I would love for other people to see that, you know, you don't have to go to art school. You don't have to claim you're an artist to create a beautiful piece of art. And they're so cool. They're great gifts. It's just special. So I really hope that you come and paint with us and that you tell others that might be interested to come and paint with us. And let's do this art tribe thing. Okay. Bring the root beer. Sweet. Thank you. I can't wait. I gotta get down a ocean box or something that I have with a lighthouse on it so that I can give you a better idea probably tomorrow of what we're gonna be doing. But you pretty much get it. It's a seascape with a lighthouse. That's it. It's just a beach. Oh, it's going to be so fun. We can put sand and shells if you want to go get them. You know, I was thinking of running down to the beach later, but it's so cloudy and rainy and stuff. But we're supposed to be getting some good weather, so I want to run down to the beach and pick up some sand. But when I get down there, I will do a quick video. So you can see me getting the sand from the beach. I'll do that. And then that sand will go into my ocean box, and it'll be the Virginia Beach sand. So that'll be cool. Is that illegal to take sand from the public beach? Perhaps I won't do it live or on video. I'll just do it stealth. Recon. But I thought that would be kind of cool. I wonder if I should microwave the sand, probably, to get any micro bugs or whatever out of it before I use it on my boxes. I'd like to find some shells too, but that beach, there's not a lot of shells. Well, some people find them, but I don't. Little ones. Okay, well, guess not. Lots of likes, so thanks. Appreciate it. All right, so let's go back to working on his face a little bit more because this still has to dry. I need to flip this over to get to this and set it down. So I'm going to work on his face. I think it's a little bit wet still, so let me dust him a little bit with a low heat on a heat gun. These are like $12, little heat guns. Amazon. They come in purple, yellow, all sorts of colors. They're good for resin and drying stuff. Welcome, Dave. Dave's oil painting. I'm going to have to check you out. Oh, I have checked you out, apparently. I'll have to check you out again. All right, so there's that. And there's the bottom. There's the top. Okay, sorry y'all. I'm slow. One more. That's how you spend hours in the studio, right? Just like one more thing here, just a touch there. Pretty soon your neck is killing you. And you're like, my God, I've been here for hours. All right, so his head is so big and his body is so small. But I think he's cute. He's still sassy. Art with Benji. Welcome. Aw, thank you, Art with Benji. I'm sure you are an amazing person as well. Everybody is. In my book. Okay, so around his tail again, because I want to make it a little bigger. His head's so big. It's like I didn't do it. You know, I'm just surprised. I guess just adding, mushing up stuff together is what happened. So, I don't know. I guess he's okay. Maybe a little more definition on his tail. You guys are the best art tribe. I appreciate everybody's comments. It's so much better than when you're trying to do a live and nobody says anything. Or maybe you do and I just missed it. I've done that a few times because painting and trying to do a live at the same time is difficult. But I've got great moderators, y'all. Okay, this is working. I'm liking that. I got his tail just a little bit bigger. I'll show you in one sec. A little more round, maybe. By the highlights and the lowlights. I just gave this little guy some hair or something. Some little crown thing going on. It's cute. Kind of looks like a peacock. I might take some of that out. Let's see if we can. Put a little blue, purple. Okay, when I finish doing this. Oh, you love him. Thank you, Shannon. I like his sassiness. I think it's his, usually I have the, let me finish one sentence. Hold on. Let me have some root beer. Seriously. Thank you. Thank you, Sierra. So I can't remember what I was saying, but anyway. Oh, put some purple in there to get rid of the hair. Crown, peacockness. I just got some unicorn spit and some purple, some white and purple. And I just want to see his like crown. It's like, it's almost, it looks like a lady with curlers. In my head, that's what I'm seeing, is these big rollers. So I gotta get rid of it. But you know what? That would be a cute painting, wouldn't it? I mean, think about doing a painting with seahorses that are like at the beach with little wine glasses, or the housewife looking one. So that was pretty generalizing. I'm a housewife, I'm not dogging them. Actually, I am a homemaker. I think there's a difference. But anyway, it would be fun to have one with curlers in its hair and stuff. Do cartoony ones. That would be fun. Okay, so I basically went back over his hair with some purple. It's still there, and you can see it, but it's not so... I say hair. I don't know what that is. What is that? What they have on their head. Thanks so much for hanging out. I said just an egg one. Ooh, Shannon, you caught her. Thanks. I will let her know. An egg one. That would be so cool for Easter. Okay, I'll put that in the box. Thank you, Sioran.